Okay, so thank you for attending today's event. Hi guys, global readers. I can see several global readers already join, and there will be more people join because it's fascinating because I invite more than 60 speakers that I organize and moderate this year, and then 18 actually reply to me to they can attend in live. So they can be attend and then introduce to their what they're doing, and then they have a networking with other attendants and other speakers. And so I will give you some brief introduction of what the schedule of today, and then let's go. Okay, share screen. So I see that you okay. So today's I've seen 18 speakers to join, but unfortunately one is Alex. He has some family problem, so he could not join, but otherwise actually the 17 speakers will join in the live session and networking. So I'm going to short time because I cannot leave all topic, but based on the all the global leaders presentation they shared before. So I'm going to show what I summarize everything that we can have a big trend where the Metaverse, NFT, and Web3 is going. So that will be the good hint that if you're doing some innovation, some developing business, that will be a good hint. So I will give you overview because I already shared this document. So, and already I post this in the chat. So if you in case that you could not get this one, and then you can download it now. So okay, let me admit more people, and then okay. Okay, so after that, actually we'll have about 40 minutes. It's like a speaker introduction and recap. So here is I just in random, and then I post is the name, but whoever available, actually I think that the material and Jens and offer maybe in this order, and whoever available at this time, just give a brief introduction about yours and your project and whatever in 2 minutes, and then you will join later in through the Metaverse in the networking space, and then I will explain you that you will be talk with the other speakers and other a participant one-on-one. And then also here is Moin. He is a founder of this platform. He joined, so he will collaborate with me how to do. Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah,
Alex, just a quick one. So you want me to be joining the Zoom link at 1 p.m. your time for giving like a demo of the system?
No, because I can give a demo. So I'm going to link to this platform, and then you join the platform, because I want to show that, because you told me that, because if I share the screen 2 times, because I'm already recording and I'm sharing the screen in the Zoom, and then if I share again in the platform, there is a problem. So I want you to show how to share the screen in the lecture hall. So actually that's for only person. Dog, you are the person actually that you will give your lecture at the hall. So because that's easy, because click the button, but the moment we show that as if he's you, and then how can you do share your screen? The same thing you do in the Zoom meeting, just share your screen and share your your video, and then you can talk, right? Presentation, whatever. So it's very easy. That's why that I like his platform. Is fantastic, very easy to use. And also I'm show you with him that join the networking event Metaverse place. And then particularly that you can tour over is very easy because joystick like a game. But particularly what I show with Moin is that you can talk each other. directly. That's a big feature that why this enable networking. So the speakers, I will show you that well, your post already there. So I will post it, you post it already. It's like you can see exhibition, and you are presenting something and in your booth, right? So in front of booth, you stay there, and the people like interesting you will approach you, and then you can talk each other, right? Without anything that I need to provide. You just go there and talk each other. I will show with Moin later. Okay, so that's one. So in the end, after that, I will give you how to actually go to the metaverse space, and then how can get in, how can explore it. And after that, and then here is a U option. And so like if you just prefer stay in the Zoom, I will keep, you can keep like a link to the Zoom, and then you can communicate with other people using the chat window, because the limitation of the Zoom is that they cannot connect directly each other in the like for example that they cannot talk each other because it's a one-way speak, right? So if you speak, the other cannot speak, right? But so only way to you have a networking with Zoom is to text, right? You direct to some person and give the text to him, and then, so it's very difficult. But in the Metaverse platform, you go there, you can talk each other. It's a mutual. So that's why I introduced platform, and then I already let you know that because this platform is free, so you can develop your own later. You can invite other people. You can organize your meeting. So this is another thing that you can have it. Okay, so that's one I'm planning.
Alex, may I suggest something? If you allow me, like, because all the keynote speakers are already here, if I can share screens in like a second, I can show them, because I'm already in the Tech IPM college.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps.
Okay, so I will. Can you do that later? Because I have something to do
Sure.
because of
I'll hang up. I'll hang up, and I'll then see you. You know, at 1:15 your time, Eastern time, in the Tech IPM college.
Okay. Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yep. Okay, so first I will give you, because I already shared this one is more than 60 presentation. So I think that it can cover, because I just think about, because I just invite a speaker to have like a one-page note for their presentation. It can be a book because it's a fantastic book. Because a lot of book actually as like education purpose and some tutorial purpose. So if you are really want to know about what actually now doing in business, right? I think this is the one, is the best reference. So I recommend to see it, because they are all expert in their field. They are developing their own platform or their NFT or Web3 platform, DAOs, everything. So I recommend it to please look at it. And then among this, actually the 17 will be joined today, and then they will have their booth in the Metaverse, and then they will sit there, and then they'll talk with you, right? So I think that if you look at this title, that I will give it like a very broad sense of what you really see the trend, right? Okay, so in the Metaverse world, I just divided by the Metaverse world building and business development. I see that because not just through this event, I was contacted from many different like Metaverse, NFT, and the Web3 professionals contact me, and then they want to collaborate with me some way, and then they show what they're doing. And then I summarize what the trend now is, that we are in a stage of like in the burgeoning of the developing how you actually the Metaverse work, right? Because yeah, we are dream like the Meta in the Mark Zuckerberg said, like well, maybe you're 20, like 30, that we have like one Metaverse, interoperable or whatever. But the current status is many trials to how to build your Metaverse world. The Metaverse world means that the world means have a component. One is the space, is the environment, right? So there are many trials, designers and architectures and technical experts to how to bring this world in the space more realistically, whether it's like a building, whether it's like some of the like a meeting place, whether it's like a factory, whatever you can think about, right? they are trying to building this world more realistically. And then they want to praise this as like a material should be praised, like object, asset, whatever. So there are many platforms actually exist there that they want to build this kind of world with space, with environment more realistic, and praise all the like a different asset, like whatever the avatars or like a game artifact or whatever there is like other things like a fashion wearables. They want to praise this like a space with some realistic object. And then what they actually doing is that people want to develop this more easily, right? So approach is that they call no-code platform. So the no-code platform to build the metaverse world is a trend. And then I saw that for different purpose, for different like a space, different environment, different object, but in general, what they're doing is providing metaverse world easily to like builder in a sense of the B2B sense or the B2C sense, right? So they trying to build. And then also like there are a lot of the like engineers and designers providing more efficient way and more realistic. So many different features and then like pricing like a marketplace pricing there and like the e-commerce or is NFT marketplace. So they want to build like a nearly same thing as we have in real life. Economic systems and then all the like infrastructure, all the people and all the buildings, environment together. So if you look at all these topics and then what they're trying to do is based on, for example, the AI can support this kind of building or some other new ideas, whatever. And then also there is trend like they think about how they're making this as a persistent, sustainable, and responsible, like ethnic security, whatever. So they want to this space be more secure and sustainable and environment friendly and more secure way to the like for example for the cybersecurity or the secure to the people and responsible ethnical and diversity. And so that's the one in trial. So you can look at it and you can see the trend that's the exact trend now is going. And particularly most active area among these metaverse is metaverse fashion. So you will see that I hosted several particularly targeting this metaverse fashion because the metaverse fashion is all the fashion industry about $17 trillion industry. And then they are notorious about the anti-sustainability, anti like a circularity, and then the anti-ethnic like a labor enforcing or something like that. So it's notorious, but also like have a problem like a counter fact, like because there are like artifact like there are counterfeit out there, and then so is there problem with the counterfeit. And then also like more users want to like explore using the avatar with wearable fashion. And so this is, and also like a designer's creator. So this metaverse fashion is a very good example that actually all that we have to think about metaverse vision actually can implement. And then this is the most fast growing space that I've seen, that a lot of the like companies and a lot of the like creators, a lot of stakeholders gather together and then create a lot of the fantastic things happening. And then finally in the Web3 and NFT and sustainability, you may know that the recent lot of terrible situation with the blockchain cryptocurrency like FTX and Luna, whatever. So a lot of people thought about that, oh, it's a crypto is like a really severe winter, right? But anyway, because this is, but otherwise, actually, this kind of the Web3 and then NFT and sustainability technology is really needed for our future, right? For example, that why we're doing it, the Web3 because of the ownership of data, we can separate sovereignty of the ownership of the data to the users, right? So in the Web2, like only few like big guys govern the data and they exploiting data. So they want to democratize this kind of the data ownership, and also like they want to be decentralized. So you can heard about like DAO activities is going on. So decentralized for whatever your community. And the NFT is a fantastic because NFT is the link your whatever your real world and then your like physical world, usually we call phygital. So connecting physical space and then virtual space. And NFT is an enabler to link it to space through the like because they representing value. And then there are a lot of the marketplace for the NFT. And then I organize several NFT for in the default level, how to making the monetize your NFT. And then NFT utility development is also very important topic. And then in the vertical, they can apply to from real estate in the like hotel and then tourism and then fashion and music and all kind of the in the vertical, they have a more extending their usabilities. So I think NFT is one of the key enabler of the Web3. And then they including together, actually there is more and more people are getting together. And then in the like architecture way that they can overlay with like in the bottom line that actually Dog is one of the like expert in the infrastructure, like computing and then network infrastructure and build over there. There is an application layer and also over there is a decentralized layer and an experience layer. So they are combining together. So yeah, even if there was some bad news with some Meta about they spend a lot of money, but the active user, daily user is not there. But I saw that because innovation is not just only driven by the one big guy, because innovation is built up by the ecosystem like you innovators to contribute. And then I found that I think that this is the realist active now. And then I saw that even it's not the grand scale like a Meta Zuckerberg, like say like spend $1 billion, but in the local space, I have contact a lot of the developers. And then I see that they for example, this is the platform that we are going to use in the Metaverse meeting. Is one of the like I said, oh, it's like a 3D, it's like a 3D like a Metaverse style LinkedIn, because we all have a connection to LinkedIn. And so I see that there are more and more people are in the Web2 legacy space to migrate to 3D Metaverse and Web3 space. And then in the transition, these innovators contribute a lot. So they are forming this ecosystem and more complete way. So it's through this, like over the presentation of these global leaders, you will see that, particularly today, we join is 17. So the global leaders, so you can have like a time to hear from what they're doing, and then you can connect with them and then talk with them today. And then from now on, you can have a more like a relation with through this event. So that's my purpose. Okay, so I will let more people join again. Okay, so finally my presentation. This is one actually the Dotted support me for this event. So you can redeem and mint community members NFT. It's about 100. You can just first come first serve. So just look at it, and then I will send you by email. And then I already shared this document, so you can see that you can just mint it. Very easy, because it just I use my smartphone and then download this app and then create. And then you didn't have an account, and then whether you have a like you can bring like you have a MetaMask, the like wallet, then you can use it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Just using your like a username, email, you can create like a user custom wallet very easily. I just spent a few minutes just meeting mine, and then click it. That's it, and you will have it. Then if you want to link with other guys, then here is like connection. So you can have a membership with a community with other guys over 100. So you can do that later. Okay, so I will start my sharing first. Okay, so as I explained that up to like 40 minutes from now on, so each speaker will join, and then about 2 minutes, because it's a 40 minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes just enough. So each speaker will introduce themselves, and then also like what they're doing, their project, and then whatever in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so Matteo, are you there? Can you start first?
Oh, wow. What an honor. Okay. So you want me to introduce myself and the project in 3 minutes? I can do it. All right. May I share my screen as well, or it's just?
Oh, you can share whatever you want.
Really? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so let me actually do that. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Matteo Gamberale. I'm Italian. I live between the US and Italy and Dubai. And I'm developing an application called Zappy. I don't know if you heard about it. Is a data monetization game for Gen Z. So the way it works is basically we're giving back ownership of data to the end users. So it's what we're doing. We're creating a circular economy between brands and users in order to give them a part of the share of the data that they get from it. So you know that brands right now are collecting third-party data, which is a very dirty data. So we're giving them a chance to collect first-party and zero-party data from their end users, and the end users can actually sell their data to the favorite brands for a profit. So this is going to be the app. It's a watch to earn, because they can users can actually watch video ads from the favorite brands and earn our token in return. Is a share to earn, because they can share their preferences with the favorite brands. So if you really like Gucci, Gucci asks you, what color would you like to see on the next Gucci shoes, right? So that's that's an answer that comes from your heart. That's where the zero-party data comes from, and Gucci is willing to pay gold for this kind of data. So that's that's the next level of verified surveys, and of course everything is towards an education process, right? So before doing all of that, we want to make sure that they know what they're doing, right? We're talking about kids because we're targeting Gen Z. So we want to make sure they know, the value of their data and what we're going to do with their data, what the big players are going to do with their data, and then we put them in front of a choice. Do you want to share your data for the profit or not? But at least you know what you're doing, right? So they can also donate for their favorite cause. They will learn about Web3. They will learn about how to manage the decentralized assets in a responsible way. That's also very important for us. The Web3 education is crucial at this point, and the entire UX is shaped in a way they understand. This is very important. Gen Z, but the entire Web2 crowd is actually used to have a very simplistic right kind of UX, and we should all go in that direction when we shape our projects, and everything is gamified. Of course, we're there is a way for them to actually create NFT accessories, so they can create their own collection and sell their collection to other players. The avatar is made with ReadyPlayer.me. We have an official partnership with them, both with the NFTs and for the SDK. And we're gonna have a lot of mini games there we're integrating from other projects that we're gonna develop as well in the app. So everything will be gamified in the app. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I'm not going through all of that. We have a big team between Italy, US, India, Dubai, UK, you name it. So yeah, this is Zappy in a nutshell. Try to be as quick as possible.
Oh, thank you. Because because I already share your previous presentation in the Metaverse networking place, so they can see that for detail, and then also they can meet with you in the LinkedIn, in the place that I organize. Or if somebody have a network with him, you can send a chat in the chat. So let him know about your interest in with networking with the material. So other speakers, the same thing. So, okay, so thank you. And the next, Jens. Jens, you are mute. Okay, yep.
I'm unmuted now, yeah. So, hello everybody. So my name is Jens Laugesen. I am a traditional fashion designer with around 20 years and plus of career in the fashion and luxury industry. I had my own brand in London Fashion Week from 2002 to 2008. Since then, I've been a consultant for many big brands, incorporating like Calvin Klein or LG Fashion Corp in Korea, which is a tech company, but they also have fashion division, and also work for smaller brands and startups. And since the pandemic, I realized that it was really important that we dived into the metaverse. And origin of the pandemic, I actually launched a competition, a global design competition for all urban grad design students in the world who did not have a final degree show because the universities were shut down. So I reached out to a platform that was Digital Art Spread. It's a portfolio platform for art and grad design students. And we came up with the concept of the Global Design Graduate Show to give a platform to the students. And we got a media partnership with ID Magazine. And after 2 weeks of meeting all the big companies, including LVMH, Net-a-Porter, Youps, and all that, it was Gucci who ended up sponsoring it. So I really understood that the digital is really the way forward. And in the middle of the pandemic, I set out to relaunch my career with a more creative path. And what you see behind me is the creation of my first step into the metaverse. So it's a virtual space that was done in collaboration with Virtual Touch, which is a Hong Kong design lab that I met before the pandemic. And I also reached out to like 6 digital artists around the world, and we created a project that I'll just show a little glimpse of here. That's from my website. So let me see if I can share the screen and then you have a little look. So this is basically my website where you have the project page. You can kind of dive in and see. I'll leave the link in the chat box. I've already left my contact details in the chat box to everybody to see. So it's kind of just talking about and presenting the project that I loved and I did. So this is the space. When you get to the website, you can dive into the space. So it's like a 3D space that was completely bespokely built for me by Virtual Touch. And I think because initially I was supposed to study microbiology, I have this kind of scientific brain and a creative brain. And I'm really interested to see how these things can collaborate together. And I think this is really a perfect space for me to kind of join the two of them together now.
This is a common area.
Yeah.
Right now, just me. The landlord is asking for 2 female roommates. So I'm looking.
Alex, are you able to?
Who's that talking?
Okay. Jens, could you unmute again?
Thank you. It's very irritating.
Jens, have you done?
I had to, yeah, I'll start again. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't me, but anyway. So let's just continue a little bit. I'll just show a little bit more. So this is kind of the project. So you can all dive in and have a look at this universe that was created. So the good news is with Virtual Touch, my collaboration is ongoing. We're already working on next London Fashion Week. It will be like a 3-room space with a digital event in London Fashion Week. And for that reason, I'm actually also here looking for tech partners or possible sponsors who would like to join this event and really help create something that is digitally interesting for the fashion crowd in London Fashion Week on schedule. And I think we have an opportunity really to bring this metaverse into people's mind, because if you show things that are really easy for them to access on the phone, that it's not frightening, especially when the audience is a bit like older and more experienced, you know, we need to bring it in there in a way so it bridges the world of their fear and the reality of what they can become. I'll just show a little glimpse of what the film looked like presented in London Fashion Week to show my love for the glitch and how this kind of playing with the Clove 3D software came out with this kind of expanded versions of the garments as sculptures.
Jens, I already posted whatever you showed today is in the Metaverse place. So
I just showed it again.
Yeah, they can look at it.
They may not have had time to look at everything because I haven't had time to look at everything. So, you know, I just showed it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I need to have another paper to.
That's all right, yeah. But I finished now anyway.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so offer.
Yeah, hi. So I've a little bit about myself. I've been doing 3D since 1998, so it's almost 25 years. I've worked with several startup companies doing motion capture and sensor-based arcade games in 3D. And then I also founded and was the CEO of 2 companies, 3D Studio Animation, and then a company that back in 2008 was doing jewelry simulations, and actually the company was hybrid. So what everyone's doing today after the COVID, I was trying to do back in 2008. We had 3D artists from India and Philippines and Ukraine and all over, and clients from the US. And then in the past decade or so, I'm working with different companies, advising 3D creation and processes, improving. I've worked with Hexa, improving their platform, Browser, a fashion company, Kaimin, which actually in the video I talked about these two projects I did this year with Kaimin and Browser. And I worked with CG Trader, the platform as innovation, Mark Cent Labs, home commerce, so anything that has to do with 3D content and growth. And the way I see it right now, I think the biggest challenge companies are dealing with is not creating good-looking 3D products, because you've got many good companies all over that can create, you know, a good-looking hamburger or a pretty good-looking 3D shoe. I think the challenge is, how do you create 1,000 of those a month? How do you create 10,000, you know, shoes a month? And I think that's the big challenge. The company that will be able to scale and to growth and to create that infrastructure for 3D that can then be used to populate all the applications and the try-ons that everyone is doing, because you can have a try-on, but if you don't have all those shoes and fashions and you know, furniture in 3D, then you're not going to be able to see anything. And I think that's what the metaverse is going into. I'm less into the NFT side and in crypto, mostly again like in the 3D space. And another thing, I just to finish off, I think the metaverse, the way I see it, is already here. So we've got, this is like 2000, right? So the technology is not the best, but it's here. It's the beginning, and now we need designers and people to make it, you know, make this future happen. So I think we need a lot more designers and to design this, to make it user friendly and immersive experiences, just to create all these experiences. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, Eric. Are you there? Okay, and next, TK.
Sure, I'm here. Okay, so I'm TK Lala. I have been in the telecommunication and the networking industry for a few decades now. Also worked in the Bell Labs in the initial phase of it, and several networking pioneering project there. So that was very exciting. And then I have worked also for NEC, Hitachi, Fujitsu, 3Com, and a few other Silicon Valley companies in the Silicon Valley. Then I also ran a few startups in this area. So they are primarily in the IP networking, data center equipment, and also routers and VPN technology in the security side of it, cybersecurity. So what I meant to say in here is that I'm kind of coming from a diverse background, and I believe I have obtained some balanced view in approaching the solution these days, as opposed to in the initial phase of my life when I was much more of a narrow-minded in a more one technology-minded person. Now I'm seeing it many different technologies, and much like most of my colleagues here, and try to project some balanced view. So currently we are a startup, a consulting startup in the edge networking industry. So helping companies, for example, from the transitioning from only cloud-centric versus solution to much more efficient, edge-centric solution that we feel that would be much more suitable for the future applications, such as Industry 4, healthcare, and many other, especially the metaverse, landscape. When it starts to mature more and more, you will see a lot more need for the real-time communications. So we are open to obviously collaboration with other companies, and we're still very small, but we're also working on some focused products in this area to help out, especially on the edge node with the utilizing basically the 5G and beyond 5G technology and Wi-Fi 7. So we're moving towards in that arena, and we're keeping that very much in focus. The key point here is that ultra low latency with a very reliable and secure communication. In other words, URLLC under the 5G umbrella, 3G. Let me just quickly share with you a little bit on the screen. Let me see if I can bring out the screen. Share the screen. I'm just going to say 2, not 1. Where is the 2? Screen 2. Okay. Let's see if that comes out. Share. Okay, hopefully something is appearing, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, okay, so I'm going to just quickly, I won't bore you with too many slides because I think you have seen some of these things from Alexis sent out before. So on this, this is just my rendering of a metaverse from a network or plumbing perspective. As you see on the top layer, basically all the wonderful assets and the metaverse entities that we're somewhat familiar with, and there are many that will be appearing in the future. And the bottom is the actual physical layer that is enabling this metaverse that exists in the virtual layer. In between them, I see them as the key linking, that is basically the secure transactions through APIs and interfaces that we needed to create in many different ways. And there are many of them are in development already. So for example, here, if you're going to be running some sort of a industry 4 type of applications, and you'll be having a lot of robotics and many of those things going on. And then you may like to create some digital twins of many of those elements in your industry 4 to run some simulation before you actually implement some of them. And that's why you have these digital twins that you can run, create, for example, these are not easy, obviously, to create, to mimic your physical entity that you are going to simulate the behavior on in the virtual world, and then you will get the results, and based on that, you would probably be able to implement or even manufacture and design some of these products in your industry. So that's kind of a quick rendering of this. And as you can see, many technologies come together in the physical world to make this happen, including software-defined network. And obviously, the fuel of the network is 5 and beyond 5G networks. Now, I will share with you a little bit on the beyond 5G, what is happening, and I'll move that to quickly. The other things that you see are pretty much, some of them already exist, and we are going to be moving more and more towards the edge. And the reason behind that and the motivation, obviously, is the super low latency that you see. We really have to experience many of these things in the metaverse in a real-time world, and some of these are limitation on our speedy, human interactions with the virtual space. Has to be estimated is around less than 15 milliseconds for us to operate properly. So these are very, very challenging situations. So that latency alone cannot allow you to interact in a more regular manner with the cloud. Although cloud is not going away, cloud data center will exist, but I think this kind of latency will demand that you will have some sort of a near proximity computing and processing resources and storage resources and so forth. So
TK,
many of this.
Could you shorten, because we have more people to speak within a time limit. So
sure, I will, let me go.
Yeah, because I already posted your detailed structure in the networking space, so they can see your presentation. So
okay, all right. So just last a couple of points here. There are obviously a lot of security measures that need to be implemented, and additional securities, and I mentioned here, and there's a lot of things happening in the CCAM and the CCAS under the 5G umbrella that we're trying to use. And one last point that I wanted to make is some of the edge enabling technology that is happening is the scalability on the with the committed SLA. So KI8, basically Kubernetes orchestration, is becoming very, very important, and this thing is happening in the distributed edge cloud manner. And also Wi-Fi 7 and beyond 5G, the data bandwidth and the low latency is going to be very helpful. With the Wi-Fi 7, we go up to 40 gigabits per second. And in the beyond 5G, we're talking about beyond even 100 gigahertz, even moving into the terahertz arena, and obviously terabits communication as such. And I will stop at that, I guess, and you can hear from my other colleagues on these things. Thanks, Alex.
Next. Okay, next, Hussam.
Hey, good morning, good evening, everybody. I'm Hussam Yagi, speaking to you from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Alex, for this opportunity to connect with all our colleagues. Very brief introduction about me. I started the first company from Louisiana back in 1986. It was an internet service provider. And since then, I've been moving into different spaces in technology. The latest was, before the Metaverse, was a blockchain company that I started in Saudi Arabia back in 2016. It was the first company to operate in this space. Now, before I say now, I would love to hear from you, and everything is available on my private website, whether it's my social network links or my bio. It's my last name, Yagi, YAGHI.net. What I am working on now is a metaverse. It is the first, or one of the first in the region, because others have come up to surface since I gave my first speech. It is one of the first metaverses that is complementing brick and mortar businesses. I'm building this metaverse that is called Orbit World Metaverse for one of the most prestigious groups of companies in Saudi Arabia called Mawarid. The metaverse that I'm building, it supports 8 different business sectors. And again, I don't have to repeat them. You can find them in my presentation. The MVP of the product is supposed to be released in January. One takeaway that I would like to share with you, unfortunately, we are very passionate about technology and we focus on the back end to make sure we have solid system. The unfortunate thing is that our users and our investors who pay for the products that we build, they don't see what goes behind closed doors. They don't see the back end. They care more about the front end, which is understandable. And that is something that I learned. I did not focus to make my front end pretty. I was focusing more on making my back end very solid. So after the MVP, inshallah, as we say in Arabic, I will focus more on the front end to make sure it's very pretty, whether it's Gen Z or the older generation. I'll be around. Hopefully, I don't quit sooner for private chat. We welcome 3 types, whether it's developers, software development companies, because we're still building a long list of products in a roadmap that spans over 3 years. We're also interested in content creators because our metaverse has an NFT marketplace. And the third is brands. We would love to hear from brands who wish to reach the customer base that we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Nick. Okay. Then Doc.
Yeah, so I can do a quick introduction. I'll be speaking in a few minutes, but I work on 33 years with Motorola and Nokia. work on from everywhere from 1G to 6G technology. Now also doing Cable Labs 10G technology and working with University of Kansas School of Nursing and also University of Central Missouri on immersive learning. So how to bring XR technology in the metaverse to universities.
Yeah, actually, you're going to give a keynote in 15 minutes in the metaverse. You can introduce whatever you can spend your time. Okay, thank you. Ruben. Okay, then Sejun.
Hello, 1 second. Yeah, can everyone see this? Yeah, so hi, I'm Sejun from Aform. So our company is actually building something called Universal Digital Wearables. So we're actually a tech company that enables digital fashion that works with any avatars. So we're building the technology that lets fashion creators just focus on the fashion design, and we're making the technology that would just make it fittable to any kind of avatar, so that in the end they can be used across all the different metaverses. And this is our automated conversion pipeline. I won't bore you with the details because you can actually go to the video and to see more in detail. I want to show you some tech demos. So what we have today is we are actually able to automatically transform this 3D jacket on the left into a sandbox avatar format. So we can voxelize it, make it work with the avatar in the sandbox. This technology can also be used in other voxel metaverses, such as crypto voxels. And what we're actually building now, which is for non-voxel avatars as well. So we actually have automated conversion for shoes, and we're also right now developing the technology to automatically fit pants and t-shirts as well. Yeah, and so that's what we're building, and we're really interested in talking for partnerships, and also we're going to be fundraising. So please reach out. I'll leave the contact information in the chat. And thank you, everyone. I look forward to connecting more in the later session. Thank you.
Thank you, Sejun. Next, James. Okay. Tom.
All right. I am going to share my screen real quick. All right, can you see my screen? Okay, I'm Tom Laws, the founder of Created By, and we'll be talking about connected digital NFTs for digital fashion. In most cases, when fashion designers and creators talk about digital or digital twins, they're expressing that in these terms that there's both just a physical and digital item that coexists in real life in the metaverse, and that is all. What's missing is a key item which is connected, and to truly unlock the power of digital and NFTs, they need to be connected as one. Without being connected, they miss out on the power of knowing the who, what, when, and where of a good, not only between the physical and digital realms, but also between the creator and owners. However, not only is being connected key, we also need to have simplicity and affordability to scale. What we have developed is a simple to use and affordable digital NFT ecosystem that can be used by everyone, allowing the power to compete directly with the major players in fashion technology, such as Nike and the houses of couture. When we say simple, all that is needed to make a connected digital NFT is a mint of a design, whether it's physical or digital, a created by NFT tag, and the physical good. And with the simple tap of your phone, Created by app will encode and encrypt and lock an NFT tag of a minted NFT, connecting your good between the physical and digital realms within seconds. And once it is encoded and complete, with any phone, the app can be simply tapped the tag, which will verify proof of authenticity, ownership, and provide current on-chain data, and activate embedded digital NFT utility experiences, both within real life and the metaverse, and to be truly connected. and I can explain more and show a demo of this at our booth.
Okay, thank you. Next, Aditya.
Yeah, hi. Thank you very much, Alex, for having me. I'm going to do a quick screen share of my deck. So I'm the founder of Yologram, and we're a direct-to-avatar pipeline for brands to bring their branded apparel onto the avatar. So we're not an avatar creation company. We're not an avatar company ourselves. We know the problem today is even though you take an action shot in 3D, in 2D, you only see the model in one perspective, you see it in one skin color, and you can't change the clothing around. We've had gaming and we've had metaverses for a long time. So we can really now, with a direct to avatar economy, we're able to see the clothing on avatars from multiple perspectives. But the problem really is that most activations in the metaverse today are broken. They're complete recreations of artwork of the original product. So it's not like when you have 3D clothing that you're using from Clo and Browse, where you're putting that out there in the metaverse. You're completely recreating stuff for Decentraland and various kind of metaverses out there. So we're trying to solve that by creating a pipeline. And the idea really is that we want to give all the power of the metaverse, which is about unlocking ownership, the experiential engagement, as well as the whole, ability to create content to the Gen Z. And when we heard Gen Z, what we realized is what they really want is style, wear, and share. So that's about styling clothing, branded clothing on yourself, wearing it virtually as well as wearing it physically, as well as being able to share in real time. So we decided to look at the clothing pipeline, and we realized there's a problem with it. So we figured out the art of creating really high quality clothing, and we've figured out how to get the textures okay. So what we really did was we went back to the drawing board, took a lot of these clothing, and then we took them through a pipeline and figured out a way in which the clothing can get animation ready and get ready for direct to avatar. We realized that's where the gap lies with brands. So we created an animation pipeline as well as an avatar pipeline that can let clothing be put onto any kind of animation system, any kind of avatar system. That's basically what we do. And we also realized that today, the vision of the metaverse is kind of foggy. So we decided to create our own vision of the metaverse. So in this case, there's a kid, he's wearing a hoodie. He goes into his favorite store. So this is a branded store, a branded experience. He sees the various kind of puffer jackets that he's interested in. He sees it on his, the hero, his hip hop star that he really likes, and he can see it from all angles. He can see it inside the store. He presses another button, he can see the digital, the 3D jacket in VR, or it could be an AR experience as well. So he sees it on himself as well. And then he can actually go into a private immersion. That's an immersive experience where he can wear a VR headset. His friends can wear a VR headset, and he can have a private concert with his favorite celebrity. That's where it becomes more meaningful, and that's where brand activations become more meaningful. And what we really did was we decided to move away from regular 3D commerce, which is about showing it in 3D, showing it in different views, showing it in your home. So a lot of people are doing AR, so just being able to see it. And then some people are doing these activations in the metaverse, which is about seeing it in 3D and seeing it from different angles. So we decided to move from regular 3D commerce to what we call playable commerce. So the idea really is that in addition from seeing it in your home, seeing it in 360, you should be able to apply the clothing onto yourself and mix and match. So you see the red jacket with the blue jeans. How would it look if you're able to switch it out with the yellow jacket and see yourself from different angles? So that's the whole playable gamified kind of experience that's missing today in commerce. And we wanted to bring it in. And when we talk about style, wear, and share, we realize that it's also important to share. So sharing could be that you bring your friends into the concert. Sharing could also mean that you bring your friends into your own space. So you can style your avatars, and you can go into your friend's space, and either you can place your friend in your living space and he can place you, or you can place both of you together on a breakfast table and have a joint experience, which is an AR kind of experience. So this is all present out of the in the app, and it's a direct to avatar pipeline. And we believe that the whole power of this is all about storytelling. So once you're able to create an avatar of yourself and put branded fashion onto it, we give you different kinds of pipelines. We let you put yourself in different kinds of virtual worlds, which is called 3D. We also connect you to a 360 pipeline, which lets you bring in different kinds of 360 content. So this could be vacation photographs you've gone on, or it could be branded content that the brand is pushing. And we're able to directly pick up natural light, simulated light, artificial light, show it on the avatar, as well as show it on you. This is a video of, this is a 360 of someone, one of our kids who took a vacation photograph of his own and he placed himself in it. Similarly, you can do fantasy experiences, so you can kind of immerse yourself inside a space shuttle. Imagine the fun of doing that without having to actually go into a virtual world. You can do it on the shopping app while you're shopping for the clothing. So we're talking about the same puffer jacket. So, you can even create content, place yourself on a magazine, for example, send it to a friend. So what you're doing is sending fun content to each other, but we're able to track it, give it back to the brand, tell them what are the kind of clothing that's being shared in AR, and what are the kind of analytics out of it. So what we're really doing is we're enabling a kind of a newsfeed kind of experience. So there's an in-app newsfeed and there's a web-based newsfeed, and this web-based newsfeed brings in the community. It all gets pushed onto the Pinterest boards of the brand, and it all links back to commerce. And the whole point is that we can move from we went from styling to storytelling, and now we go from storytelling back to styling, because it's all linked data. So you're able to pick up the SKU in 3D, and then you're even able to do everything with it, whether it's buying the digital clothing or buying the physical clothing. And I usually end with the video I started with, which I talk about the vision. So since I've already done that, I'm going to go ahead and stop.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Eileen. Oh, okay. Bandana.
Hi, let me share my screen.
Oh, Eileen. Okay, yeah.
Yes. Hi, my name is Aline. I'm based in London, work for Inotum, and we are an agency that's has developed skills into NFT valuation. So we get contacted by some clients who want to invest in the space, and we make a valuation through 3 different approaches. So the asset approach is the first one, the income approach, and the market approach. So we try to do a very thorough asset valuation, like we would be done for any other assets. So we look at historical transactions, if any, size of bidders pool, exit scenarios, liquidity. We look at music royalties, rental income, real estate, licensing opportunities, and market trends, of course, share of voice. So we comparables, we look at quantity of NFTs minted, partnerships with developers or blockchain players in the market, and time to market. So we use classic valuation methods to look at a very new asset. So we look at rarity, utility, tangibility. So that's what we do.
Thank you, Eileen. Next, Bandana.
Hey everyone, I'm Vandana Sally. I'm a lawyer. I'm also an art agent. I work with a lot of artists and brands. I'm also the founder of Artcryption, which is an NFT platform, which is focused on the security and safety of NFTs, and also looking at different IP monetization models. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, Alex.
Hey everyone. Thanks, Alex, for hosting this. It's really good to see a lot of builders in the space and a lot of people, coming up with really good projects. It's really amazing. Myself, I'm a Web3 lawyer as well. A lot of my experience involves advising projects on securities regulation. In Canada, it's called FinTrack. So like if you're signing up to be a money service business, structuring, offshore structuring. I do a lot of work with DAOs and setting up DAOs as well. And then I also have a real estate tokenization startup that's getting ready to launch in January 2023.
Okay, thank you. And Batos?
Hi, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Bartosz Paz. I'm from Poland, and I've been dealing with crypto for several years. And today I want to tell you about my NFT project, which gives people the opportunity to show pride of their faith. So let me just turn on the screen, the sharing, I mean. Okay, you know, guess who's bragging about the faith? So we have Vinicius here, who's quite famous, and he's showing his pride. That's for the very beginning. And let me just scroll up. So Saints Figures Club is the first world NFT collection by of hand-drawn images of saints. We have 10,000 of them, 10,003 to be specific, and we want to give people, the believers, something that they can show the pride of the faith in a digital world of Web 3.0. So market is now gigantic because it's like 1.35 billion of believers, and it's growing not much, but 2% per year. The Brazil is the biggest, let's say, market for Catholics, and we went there with our project where we were looking for the kids that we will support when we after developing the project. So I don't want to talk about tech specifications. If we can do it on networking time. So if you want to see our page, you can, it's on www.saintsfigures.club. And what's our mission? First of all, we want to, as I said before, show opportunity, to give opportunity to show the pride of the faith online. We want to support young athletes around the world, which you can read in our white paper, and build a community for our NFT owners. And for, let's say, church, it can give a digital tool for evangelization in this world. Here's the screen from our Brazil, which can where you can find the kids that we want to support in this project. Our DAO will be able to choose which one it will be. So what's the plan? As we all know, the market is right now very down. It's all in red dots. So we prepare. It's a long-term project. We prepare for a bull market. Right now we are reaching Catholic circles around Europe, Africa, and America, both Americas. We just finished a couple of giveaways to our community, and we are building a social proof, as you can find on our Instagrams, Twitters, etc. So when the market is ready, we are ready with our marketing campaign. Right now, you can buy our NFT because the prices are increasing with the time. So the first 1,000 you can buy for 0.005 Ethereum. And I just want to share with you, just to show you the numbers, who is proud of the saint already. So we have these numbers like Neymar with 180 million followers. We have David Alaba with 11 million followers. We have Arek Milik. It's a Polish guy, Polish player, football player. Vinicius, of course, as I showed in the very beginning. Kamil Stoch is always Polish sportsman. And as you can see in football, because it's a football time right now, a lot of people are showing the pride of the faith. So Just catch me on the networking section, and I can give you all the details where to find our project, and hope to see you soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Okay, so who are the guys? Eric, are you there? Brian, are you there? Okay, Nick, are you there? Okay, Ruben, are you there? Okay, so Don, actually all the participating speakers would actually already presented their introduction and what they're doing. Actually, you can see them again in the Metaverse. Okay, so I will show you how we can join the Metaverse lecture hall and Metaverse networking price. So you can meet each other one-on-one. Okay, so first I will share my screen first. Okay, let me see. So I think that I already shared you about the site that I will show you later. Okay. Oh, this is so this is the one, actually the lecture hall. You will hear from Doug about the present and future of the NFT and Web3 and Metaverse. So when you click the link, I will share you later. Then I already share you, but you will just link them, and then if you don't have any account, and they ask you about your name and your email address and some password, and then you go into the site. Actually, you choose whatever you want avatar here. So I will choose this one and then confirm, and then you will let in this lecture space. And so actually this is like a joystick. So this is the one, actually using your mouse and then using your left button. You click left button and then you can move around, right? So this is the a joystick. You move your avatar. And another feature is just zoom. So you zoom and then you can close up like that. And then if you have a left click and then you move your cursor, and then you see that your change of your view. So there are three ways actually that you can use your control, your avatar. One is this joystick, just move around. And then this is a view. And then this zoom is to close up. Okay, so here is a Moin here. Hi, Moin. Yeah, so you see that we can talk each other, right?
Hi there.
Yeah.
Somebody else is just coming behind you.
Yes. So could you look around and actually introduce Doug about how actually he can share his screen, and then
Yes.
yeah, and then so
If you guys follow me, I will show you. First thing is that Doug, why don't you come in, Doug? Why don't you use your joystick and just follow us?
So I will follow you. So this is the one. So yeah, I will. Yeah. Okay. So Moin will present about how you can share the screen. Yep. Okay,
So,
Doug, you're there, right? Okay.
If you click any seat, when you hover your mouse on any seat, it turns green. It says sit down. You click it, you sat down, like you would be in a normal class. So I will sit down, and I would like you to sit down too. I'm just pressing hover, sit. And if you press the joystick, you will stand again. So it's very important. So I'll just stand in front of the podium, like I will be giving like a real world lecture. Doug, you want to sit down? So if you were to hover your, yeah, there you are, you're sat. And now you can use your zoom function, which is a zoom bar on the lower right corner, to zoom in and zoom out of the scene. So I will show you how the screen share works and how the camera works. So the first thing to notice, guys, is that it has 3 buttons on top. You can zoom in a little bit to see clearly. The first is called Turn On Whiteboard, which is an interactive whiteboard that can be used. If I click it on, you can see I can choose a color palette. You can turn your whiteboard on as well. You can then start sharing the whiteboard. And you can start drawing on it with me if you want. You can say, hi, this is Moin. You can delete stuff, or you can go big or small, or you can pan it, or you can download all of this or delete it. So I delete this.
Moin, in my screen, actually, I cannot see what you're doing now. So
because you have not turned on your whiteboard.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see.
You have to turn on your whiteboard to see it and work with me.
I see. I see.
Can you see it now?
So,
yeah. So you can basically delete stuff, and you can, basically draw shapes, use freehand, however you like. And once you're done, you can basically download all your stuff as a picture or delete the whole whiteboard. Choose a different color, like orange, and there you go. So I say, hi, this is Moin. Then I can start my camera. So if I am a presenter, I can start my camera and you will see my face. So all of you can see me, I'm talking to you, and you can hear me. Somebody could be here and just, be giving a presentation, or I can be sharing my screen. So I will share my LinkedIn feed with you. So you see that my LinkedIn is shown up, and I could be presenting stuff. It could be a slideshow. It could be anything, and I can then stop presenting. So these pictures are very simple to use, very, very effective. And once you click, you will stand up, and you can follow me now. I will show you the library.
Moin, before you actually, the speaker is already there. So Doug, will you try to share your screen and then your camera? Could you please do that?
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, just to go to whiteboard and then just click the button. That's it.
Yeah, one of the problems I get echoes.
Oh.
Because you must have your audio on in Zoom as well. So you've got a loop, you've got a feedback loop.
Yeah, so you can
mute yourself on Zoom and then you can use the audio function here.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with sharing.
Sorry, if you can turn your chat on and maybe write the chat message what the problem is.
Alex, may I talk for a second? You also, in the session, still have people who are not muted. Can you hit the master mute? Because they also create background noise and echo.
Yeah. It's not quiet, right?
It is better now. No feedback. So in order to click buttons, the best thing to do is to zoom in with your zoom bar. So you can access the buttons on the top. So I'll show you. If I start my camera, you'll be able to see my face. I can stop my camera, or I can do my screen share. I can just start sharing screens, and I'll share my LinkedIn feed with you, which is on my desktop, and it will start appearing there. So it's that simple. Stop sharing, start sharing, start camera, stop camera, but you have to have access to the button properly to be able to start and stop these functions.
I think that what you need is just to move your cursor and a mouse, and then just click it, just like this and like this. Okay, so you're just using your cursor to just click this, right?
It's not letting us go onto the stage. Yeah, I think it would be better just if I can do this on Zoom. I have it all ready for Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to show you what can you do, but actually you have some problem.
I should practice a little bit more.
Moin, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think that he want to do in the Zoom because he has some technical difficulties. So yeah, so I will stop my sharing first.
Okay.
So I think that you can do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So I'll do this for just 10 minutes since we're running a little bit out of time. So I'm going to present and past of NFTs. My focus will be about the metaverse and Web 3.0. But when will the metaverse arrive and the transition from Web 2D to Web 3D, how we will live, work, learn, and play by 2030. So Matthew Ball, who wrote How the Metaverse Will Revolutionize Everything, he said to predict the future of the internet and computing, it helps to review and intertwine the past. And Mary Meeker showed this slide on, every 10 years we have a technology shift in computing. And so I was involved at Motorola and Nokia for 33 years. And so I saw the mobile revolution of the internet, the mobile internet. Yeah. And now we're prepared for this, the mobile metaverse internet that will happen this decade and into the 2030s. So Alvin Graylin, he showed this slide that I added to, but his definition of the metaverse is the internet plus 3D plus VR, XR, so devices, spatial, and the internet that we have today. I would add that and I really appreciated some of the talks about the connectivity. So my background's communication, the network, so 5G, 6G, 10G, the cable guys are working on Wi-Fi 7, fiber, and so forth. So, there's lots of terms for this. I actually personally think the metaverse will be there'll be a different name for this. It will be the internet, basically Web 3.0. Alvin Graylin, he talks about the difference between the metaverse and Web 3. The metaverse is more the devices, the network, the immersion, the socialness of it. Web 3 is around crypto, blockchain, NFTs, decentralization, the financial transaction. So, where we're at today, we reached 8 billion humans on the planet on November 15th. There's over, about 5 billion unique mobiles. Users and internet users, about 5 billion, and active social media. So we are using the internet a lot right now. Most of that is on mobile devices. So basically the internet is the mobile internet, and then some of the computing devices that we have. So last decade, we reached, we went from 12% of people using the internet because the devices were clunky, the speed of the network was slow. At the end of the decade, we were at, yes, yeah.
A little bit, I will mute all because there is just a noise. Okay, so you can go ahead now. Could you unmute? Oh, who is this?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, so anyway, the mobile, traffic, share of traffic on the internet. So basically the internet is now become mobile. 58% of the traffic on the internet is from mobiles. We are connecting with our mobile devices. Every 4 minutes we're touching a mobile device, and that's how we interact. 7 hours a day on the internet. Leslie Shannon from Nokia showed this screen that, here was the state of the smartphones in 2000, 2007. Of course, the iPhone came along, and we'll see this between 2020, this early decade, by the end of this decade will be in smart glasses, where it's going to be lightweight and everyone will be using that. I like this slide from Qualcomm because this is what they're predicting. You know, I think we need about 2 or 3 more, actually 3 or 4 more generations of chipsets to really have this immersive technology, but it's coming. Lightweight devices. I liked what TK was talking about. You know, this is, you know, what technology we need to have these devices to be, you know, using this technology in the future of this. Alvin Grayland showed this slide, sorry about that, which is what does the size of the internet need to be? I mean, if you look at here, these are the flow, you know, the Quest weighs a pound, 500 grams. You know, then you have the flow that's, you know, around 200 grams. Then you have smart glasses here, weigh about 80 grams. So, you know, when will people use these devices all the time? You know, personally, I think it's somewhere between, you know, right around 100 grams. If what will be acceptable, where, you know, people have glasses right now and they'll shift. So we got to get the device size weight down, the quality up, but it's coming. And like I said, 3 to 4 more generations of chipsets and technology over the next 5 years it will come. So just like the smartphone launched, you know, in the early 2000s, and iPhone came along in 2007, there was 122 million smartphones shipped that year. Apple only 3 million. But 4 years later, we had 1 billion people using smartphones, and 500 million of those smartphones were shipping. So that's the technology that we believe is coming. It's going to be very exciting. Right now, people are still, you know, I've tried to put, you know, I probably put 100 people in VR for the first time. You know, I have a friend who's put over 40,000 people in VR for the first time. She's the VR lady. But, you know, but when they try it, you know, do they keep using it daily, weekly, monthly, or try it and they say, well, this isn't for me today. You know, and then if it's daily, if it's just a couple, you know, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or is it longer? This is a question. Alvin Grayland shows this slide. He's believing sometime in, you know, the 2020, you know, 27 timeframe, 2028 is the sweet spot. And just all of a sudden there's an explosion of people using XR devices, you know, smart glasses and so forth, where it's just this explosion of technology. So we'll see if this happens. I mean, we already, the mobile generation replaced the desktop for computing, and this will continue to happen. So time spent on the internet, on average, actually for the last, you know, 5 years, 6 years, people are spending about 7 hours a day using the internet on average, or some countries more, some countries less. But you know, that, you know, we only have 24 hours in a day. We have to sleep, we have to interact outside of the internet. So that Alvin Grayland talks about the value of the internet. One of the areas, and it's exciting to see, and Alex, really appreciate you bringing all this together, because you know, how many worlds are out there? What's the value? Is based on worlds. It's based on the devices. Once the devices get optimized for spatial, you know, it will be magnified. There will be exponential growth. And then, you know, the time, you know, how do people spend time in the internet? These are some of the worlds that, you know, are following, you know, the Metaverse universe. You know, there's 120 of these worlds out there. There's probably more. You know, when will they keep growing? Which ones will be used? One thing, there will be few winners and many losers. You know, 90% of pages get no organic Google traffic. You know, so basically, you know, there's a lot of websites out there, but they don't get visited. Very few websites get visited a lot. So that's, I think, going to be the case with the Metaverse as well. Time spent of a user in the, you know, why do you spend time in the internet? It's making meaningful connections like we're doing right now, generating wealth, impacting health, you know, does improve your health, learning amazing things. I'm a big, you know, I work on with universities on how to transition to the spatial web and how you can learn better, make an impact, having fun. So I worked at KU School of Nursing on how to use immersive technology to help, you know, simulations. So if, you know, if you can't succeed, if at first you don't succeed, don't do skydiving or surgery, you know, or nursing, you know, especially if it's going to kill someone, you know, practice in the metaverse first, spatialize it over and over until you optimize, and then you can go into the physical world and not kill people. So that's why we do that. You know, class improvement. You know, if it's done right, you can improve by a grade. You can have much more better concentration using this technology. Medical simulation is another thing. We won a $100,000 prize at the 10G challenge, the Cable Labs guys, on having the best breast cancer everywhere, especially trained doctor so that, the best doctors can connect with people no matter where they're at in the world. Technology. I was part of a book club and we're reviewing Matthew Ball's book, and he asked the question, when will the metaverse arrive in chapter 12? And my prediction is, when will the metaverse arrive? I'm predicting that there'll be 1 billion people in the metaverse at least 1 hour a day by 2027, plus or minus 2 years. And if we can reach that point, then 5 years later, we'll have we'll be in 5 hours a day with 5 billion people. So I think this technology will come very quickly. That's what I'm predicting. So in 10 years from now, I think we'll have 5 hours a day, 5 billion people using this metaverse to reduce climate, carbon emissions, for travel, solving many different problems. So that's what I'm excited about. So Alex, I appreciate the opportunity to share this, and look forward to interacting with all you in the internet and in the social networks out there.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so finally we are going to networking space. So could you please see the chat now? Then if you click this link, you will go into the Metaverse networking place. So that I will share how you can explore that networking space. Okay, share screen. Okay, so this is the same thing. So so when you click the networking link, then if you don't have any account, then it'll ask you about your name, email, and password, and then you will choose your avatar game and confirm, and this is a space. So same thing, this joystick can move around, and then here is a zoom, so you can close in, close out, and then here is the one view, you can change view. So if you look at it, that here is a beautiful art, like a exhibition here. And if you look at this one, here's another one, so you can look around. And then I'll go directly into the speaker's booth. So on your left side, that there is already one here. So, Jens, you're already there. Okay, nice video. Can you hear me, Jens?
I can hear you.
Yes, so this is the one way to actually you can connect each other, can speak each other. So if you look at this one, then you can see that if you want to watch the video, and then you can click.
But Alex, there's some people talking. I'm not sure if it's on Zoom or here, but I have a lot of over talking, so I'm not quite sure who it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe it's me on my side. I'm not sure where.
The thing is, the incentive for them is like they get rewarded.
No, I hear it too. It's overtaking everything.
Moin, are you there?
Disappeared.
Yeah, it's disappeared.
Yeah, because I closed down my browser, then I disappeared from the metaverse. I dematerialized in the metaverse because I closed down the browser, so we exist when the browser is on.
Oh, I see. Okay, so so here is Jens, yours, and here is Sida. Here is the offer. You are here, so you can sit in here, and the other side is TK. You are here, and I'm not sure whether the Eric here, but Eric.
Sorry, Alex, for interrupting. Can you share the link to Metaverse once again, because I can see it.
In the chat. Can you see in the chat?
No, we can't. It's probably hidden somewhere.
Oh, really?
Well, there's so many others. You may want to send it one more time so we have it as the last message. It's easier for us to find.
Let me see. So I will. Here. Can you see that now?
No.
No, it says address to all, but no link.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, so to everyone in the meeting. Okay. And then how about now? Can you see
Yes,
that?
well, that's from Jens.
I sent the link to both of them.
Yeah. So Metaverse networking place. Can you see that now?
That's from the email I got my-
So it's the one from you, not the other one.
Yeah. So just click this one.
Okay, now before, I have a question maybe.
Mhm.
Do we leave the Zoom on and then go to the Metaverse?
Yeah, you can do that. Yes.
And we need to watch our audio because of echo, or it will be all fine?
No, you can just mute your Zoom, but it's if you, because the reason that you want to stay in the Zoom is that if you want to keep networking with other guys using this chat, right, the chat window, then you can keep going on.
But for the rest of, see, here we go, there's an echo. So, but for the rest of the session, we do not have to go back to Zoom. There's nothing happening anymore in the Zoom session.
Right, that's right.
Okay.
Except that if somebody stay here and then because they want to like introduce themselves in the chat, otherwise people will move to the Metaverse space.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what I had to do is I had to go in and mute on my browser so that right now the Chal is muted. So right now I'm using Zoom, of course, and when we switch over, then you unmute the Chal.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think that this is a trial.
Yeah.
Because,
Same thing happened here with me.
Yeah,
Just like
probably.
dog, I think. Mic I think is not enabled, and I can't seem to enable it from there. So I was trying to go to the setting to see if I could, but I don't know why. Mic on.
Go up on your left click, go up into the tab you're at and left click it, and then you can mute there. I mean, I can share my screen to show you what I did to fix it, if that would help.
I mean, I'm out of the mute on the networking place, but I'm sure you cannot hear me in that, right?
You see me right now. So what I had to do is put my browser up here, left click, and then just go to, see where it says unmute site? If I did that.
I see. Okay, got it.
So go up to your location, your browser, and left click mute. Now, the other thing is make sure my mic is off here too. Those are the two things you have to do.
Now, I think you are in both sides. That's why I'm hearing echo.
No, I'm muted. I'm both. Someone else.
Okay. I'm hearing your reflection as well. I don't know.
I've been mute.
I think it's a trial because usually they're just one, right? Because just go to Metaverse or either Zoom, but because yeah, this is like the first time, so.
Mine still shows continue.
So if we amplify by 50, that will be quite an experience in a few minutes.
Unmute.
So what I'm thinking about is that first I will give you the tutorial first. So I will introduce all the speakers booth first, and then I'm going to unmute all you in the Zoom, right?
Well, if you do that, yeah, that's the issue. I'm still, my problem, I know what Doug just shared, is I'm hearing my echo now.
Okay, so I will mute all now.
Okay.
And then I will share my screen again. Okay, so you can see that. So Doc, you are here. And who else? Okay, Hussam, you are here. And Matir, you are here. And Ruben does not show up. Sejun, you are here. And Tom, you are here. Aditya, you're here. And Eileen. And Alex. And finally, Vandana. And because we only have a 16 booths here, but we have one more additional speaker. So for the final speakers, here, so you can see, yeah. So so made is Batos here. So yeah, Batos, you can come to here, then talk with other guys. So just try because it's a fun, right? Because you can look around and talk with each other, because when you're close distance, you can directly talk each other.
So should we turn on?
Okay, so you guys, you can try now, because I'm going to mute because there is a howling.
Can you see me?
Alex,
Mm-hmm.
there's still some echo here. Are you around here?
Yes, yes, just a minute.
Yeah, I shut off my Zoom, so I wouldn't have echo on my side.
Okay, brilliant. Now, because the echo's all gone. So basically, you can click these boards to interact with them. The moment you click one of these boards, you will see a dialog box open up, and you can see the YouTube video link of that particular keynote speaker that's showing up. You can like it, you can leave a comment and interact with the post. So I'm going to add a comment on Eric Spangenberg's post here, which is on NFT-based IP monetization platform. And I'll say this is a really useful presentation. And it will show up on the comment board right there and then. So if you go to that board, you will see that my comment is already showing up. You can like these things. We're interactive, and there are 16 of them around the whole environment. And you can actually view the YouTube videos, which I edit by Alex inside all of these boards. And then there's lots of space to move around. There is an AI art gallery that you can go to. And all these seats in this environment are sittable. So if you were to browse,
Just scroll down. Huh.
I meant to tell you.